What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with our NIO update video, ticker symbol NIO. So we'll take a look at how NIO stock traded today, as it had a really nice day. But we'll take a look at earnings as well, as those just came out and why it is down in the after hours. So we'll take a look at how it traded. We'll go over earnings, we'll go over the guidance, we'll talk about key levels of support, key levels of resistance to see what the stock could do in the near future. And based on that, we'll see if, I'll share my trade plan, at least what I'm doing with my shares. So if you guys enjoy that, in videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are, and hit the thumbs up on the video. It really helps me out as I'm trying to grow the channel. And hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the videos that I put out. So let me hit record, and we will get right into it. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to NIO. Real quick, if you like what you see here, this is Webull that I use for charting. So if you want to sign up, link will be in the description below. We both get some free shares if you sign up using my link down in the description below. So let's take a look at, the earnings. So we were, as I said, we were up about $4 on the day, $3.98 on the day, which is about 8.69%. So we did get that run into earnings that we kind of talked about yesterday, right, during the weekly video. Nice 8.5% day. But as you can see, we are down 6.5% in the after hours, putting the effective push for today to being only about 60 cents, which is about 2%, right? That comes at a day where the NASDAQ was up 3%. The Dow Jones was up over 600 points, 614 points, which is about 2%. And the S&P 500 was about 2.4% as well. So that being said, NIO throughout the course of the day was looking really good. But now that we have earnings, it's not looking too good after all. So what are earnings? I want to take a quick second to go over kind of two articles. This first one, talks about, hey, EPS was actually negative 1.05 yuan versus the negative 0.7 yuan analysts expected. So we're talking about a greater than expected earnings per share, earnings per ADS, since, it's not technically a share, right? It's a ADS. Revenue also was kind of in line, but kind of missed analyst expectations. Vehicle deliveries reported earlier rose year over year. And then they talked about the fact that they launched their ET7, the first flagship sedan, in early January. So again, loss was bigger than what analysts had expected. Vehicle delivery beat forecast. And then what they talked about was a couple other things that, if you want to see this article, but I want to more focus on this article because I think it goes into more detail about kind of other things and other guidances to look forward to, right? So again, the estimates were about 7 cents per ADS and revenue of 1.01, which I did that calculation, what they had versus what it was. And 0.7 yuan ends up being 16 cents, and they have 14 cents here. So not sure if there's like a conversion issue with 2 cents, but anyway, point being that they posted a loss of 14 cents on revenue of 1.02 billion. So revenue wise, pretty in line, 1.02 versus 1.01 estimated. But EPS, as you could see, was about kind of nasty looking. We're talking about a 14 cent per share loss compared to kind of the 7 cents that they were estimating. So that's not great news, really, right? And that's, I think, what this article talked about as well. So that's what we see here. So they already disclosed that the Q4 2020 deliveries were up 111% to 17,353 vehicles. But we already knew that, right? So that's not new news that we got from the earnings. So this good news that we see here does not necessarily did not necessarily come from earnings, which is not great. And they grew for the third straight quarter after that first quarter in 2020 where they took a hit. So they've got the EC6, so the ES8 and the ES6, which are all crossovers and SUVs. And then they've got the ET7 sedan, which is a Model 3 rival. I guess maybe even a Model S rival, because it's a bit more expensive from, I think, what I've researched. So they also talk, the one thing that again is negative a little bit is Sales momentum slowed to 5,578 vehicles in February from 7,225 in January, right? So they're both up triple digits year over year. But if we take a look at month after month, January 7,200, February 5,500, right? So that's going down a little bit. So that is a bad news. And then let's take a look here, right? Gross margin was nicely up to 17% from negative 8.9. Vehicle margin was up to 17.2% from negative 6% as well. Cash balance climbed to 6.5 billion versus the 3.3 billion in Q3. So remember that in Q4 they've done offerings, right? If we go back here, back to kind of where we were here at the $39 range, if we take a look, right, December 2020, this is where they did that offering. So it makes sense that they have more cash. That's expected. So that's good news as well, right? So they are seeing the outlook, which is kind of, really what we care about is deliveries of Q1 deliveries of 20,000 to 25,000, or 20 to 20,500 rather, excuse me. Up 400% from a year ago and up 15 to 18% from Q4. Revenue, they're expecting to be up another 451% from a year ago and up 11 to 14% from Q4. So let's kind of recap all that. I know I just spewed a lot at you guys. Revenue in line, guidance looking good, right? Everything, we're talking about a 400 something percent year over year, and we're talking, a 15 to 18% delivery increase, 11 to 14% revenue increase. So great news. EPS miss, not good. Margins going up, good. Cash position going up, good. So that's earnings for you guys. To kind of sum it up, missed EPS in line with revenue, guidance great. So overall, not too great, right? Because revenue and earnings are a decent miss, and a lot of what they talked about with the deliveries were numbers that we already had. So it could have been better, but let's take a look at future levels of support and resistance. So actually, let's take a look at how it traded today before we go into future levels of support and resistance. Real quick, let me get rid of the indicators. Nice gap up from the 46 to the 49s, hanging out around between the 48 and the 49 level that we have. As you can see, came down, bounced, went to 49, bounced, went to 48, bounced, and then that's when it broke through. And then it looked pretty strong for the rest of the day, right? Pushing up, coming back to VWAP, and then pushing up, even pushing in the after hours until we got that news, and then it fell off. Now seems to be settling near the $46 mark. Down 6.75% in the after hours, up 8.69% during the day. So overall, still up 2% on the day, but we could see a continued sell-off tomorrow, or maybe we get the dip bought. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. Now let's talk about future levels of support, future levels of resistance, and we'll see where the stock could be headed. So let me get rid of the drawings here, and I want to talk about something with the EMAs, right? So yesterday we talked about, hey, we closed below the 89 exponential moving average for 2 days in a row. Now it's really important that we get above that, and that could be kind of our baseline to establish that as a good level of support for us moving forward. That's exactly what we got today, you guys. We were nicely above it. That 89 EMA was at $47.47, and we closed at $49.76, so a comfortable $2.20 above that. Even if we stay there, we could have made that push towards the other EMAs tomorrow. But as you could see, we got rejected from the 8 exponential moving average at $50.58. But with the way it's falling right now, we are now at 46.47, which puts us below this 89 EMA. So again, really important that, throughout the course of the remainder of this week, hopefully we don't see a continued sell-off and we see a dip that is bought. But we'll see. I think it's really important for us to capture this 89 exponential moving average to gain solid footing, because if you take a look here, it hasn't really had solid footing for a little bit now on a downtrend. So hopefully captures that in the 47s and then starts to push up. Now let's take a look at more specific levels that we have coming up on that support and resistance. So as you guys know, we are at 46.45 right now. So kind of here-ish, right? We push down a lot in the after hours. So the first level of support that we have is 46.23. That's our first level that we're looking at, and then 44.58 is our second level, which is, you know, a level that we bounced from on Friday as well. We're at the weakness. So again, 46.23 and 44.58 are the levels that I'm watching at. On the upside, I'm watching for this 47 level, 47.30s, then 48.09 and 49.05, the two levels that we broke through today before a push up to 50. As you guys can see, we are down decently in the after hours. I'm still hoping that this is a dip that is bought rather than a continued sell-off with the news. But you know, only tomorrow will tell how that goes. If we do see the dip being bought, I'm hoping that, you know, we kind of get up to where we were today, you know, in the next couple of days, push through 47s and then the 48.09 and then the 49.05. If we can push through all three of those, then my goal for this week would still be to make a push towards the $50 mark like we did today, right? Our high today was 50.42 and get towards that 50 level again. However, if we see, you know, continued weakness for tomorrow, then it'll be really interesting to see if we find support at the 46.23 or if we go down further like we did on Friday. I do still think that, you know, I'm still long-term bullish on NIO, continue to hold my shares. I do think it'll recover and I do think it'll head up. Their guidance looks really good. I mean, we're talking 400% revenue increases year over year, 11, 15, and 18% on, you know, vehicle delivery increases and revenue guidance increases. So all that's great news. I think it's a matter of digesting the loss and moving forward with the outlook of the company. So again, hopefully I'm hoping for a dip, you know, down to 46. If that gets bought, then, you know, pushing up towards the 48, 49, 50. If that doesn't get bought, then we might go a little bit further beyond the 46.23s between this and the 44.58, and then hopefully, you know, start to turn around here. And then if that happens, then, you know, looking for a push to 47.48. So it all depends on how we go tomorrow. But as always, I'll keep you guys posted and make another video tomorrow to see, you know, how it trades after the dip in the after hours. As you can see, it's still going 6.87%. So we'll see pre-market tomorrow how that looks, if it gets bought up, if it gets sold off. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. So as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.